Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel where we speak about rooms most of the time. But today we'll speak about something else, about Yule. And if you think this day has nothing to do with you, I'm afraid I have to disappoint you. This day will come for everyone, as long as you are alive. But let's agree from the very beginning, we shall not call Yule as pre-Christian agricultural tradition, or even worse, pagan Christmas. We shall consider Yule as 30 days chance for you to connect with your destiny for the upcoming year. So what is Yule? Let's take a look many centuries back, when Yule was celebrated on the winter solstice, when the night was the longest and everything seemed to be immersed in complete darkness. On this day, our ancestors gathered together, family, friends, by the warm hearth at home, and were telling stories throughout the whole night. The fire from the hearth kept the darkness away and kept them warm. Together, they felt stronger. The stories told about past events of longing, hopes, pains, dreams, joys, of everything that happened and did not happen. They knew that this night was the only night in the whole year when there were no boundaries between then and now, between here and there, when the boundaries between different worlds and different realms were thinning and going down. Only the burning fire inside them, which was about to die, could connect them with their gods, with the personal god of each and every person. Only the Yule log, which was already burning out in the heart and turning to ash, could serve as a reminder of the force that always protects you and has your back. Yule is closely connected with the element of fire, and the element of fire will soon disappear from our reality and venture into darkness, into other unseen worlds. From long 40 days from Yule to invoke, there will be absolutely no elements to create the reality in this world. What's done is done, what's lost is lost. There is nothing people or gods could do to change the flow of time, the flow of events. Now your future is predetermined by the very fabric of the universe, by the nature itself. When the last splashes of lights are gone, complete darkness takes over. The point between time, between space, where the program of a future destiny is built by the ancient mighty forces called Norns in Scandinavian tradition, but also in different traditions they called Parkas, Moiras, when the goddess of darkness, the three-faced Hecate, with her keys to all the doors and passages, will light the light from her torch to show you the right ways and to help you open long-closed doors. This is the time of great mothers, those who give their permission for existence in this reality. No one can interfere in the processes of connecting, determining, creating destinies of humans and gods, everything that is supposed to have destiny. So this is how our ancestors saw this day, and they knew this is their only chance for those who create and connect the destinies of humans and gods could hear them, and maybe they could change something. The period before Yule, 40 days of Samhain, was a time that determined which way the wheel of time would turn. A period to gather the last of your strength and make a decisive leap before it's too late. Before the day when time freezes and the fate controllers do their math, creating the future destiny, the one that you deserve. That's why people told stories about what happened during the last year. They hoped that these forces would hear them and probably make their destinies a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter, a little bit happier. This tradition is carried over closer to our time as the custom of divination during these winter holidays. People trusted that when the gates of the fate are open, they could glimpse into their future. Young people would look into their reflections in the mirror or any water surface, hoping to see their future husbands and wives. They foretold the future by the flame of a candle or by the flames in the ritual fire. But these divination rituals appeared much later, when almost all ancient sacred tradition slowly transformed into pagan agricultural celebrations. Sadly, but one tradition still survived. Do you know what it is? It's tradition of telling the future through the events of the first 13 days of Yule. This year, the winter solstice falls into the night between 20th and 21st of December. This night is the night of Great Mother. It is pierced by the utter darkness and marks the start of Yule. This is the time when the great Norns start to weave destinies. As the wheel of Norns spins, one thread is about to live and other is about to die. The canvas for future destiny is laid down this night of first day of Yule. Only those forces who can see in the dark, who exist in the dark, can see it. People, however, can start to understand the future program of their destiny. And they did an easy thing for that. That night, they were remembering everything that had happened. Where the weaknesses laid, where the strength were, what promises were given, were these promises fulfilled? Are there any debts? Were there many lies in the past? Everything will be taken into the account by fate controllers, the great mothers. They are shaping the canvas on the great spindle of fate. What you are capable of, what your dreams are. What do you deserve? Already nothing can be rewritten now. It can only be corrected in the upcoming year. And for the long 40 days, the destinies will be shaped and returned with the fresh winds of Imbolc on the 1st of February. By the end of this amazing night, one can finally breathe a sigh of relief. The tension of the previous period slowly fades away. The fate is being woven, and nothing can be changed now. All the inattention that has built up inside will burst out with glowing fire, setting the direction for the future winds of Imbolc, which will blow with a full force on the 1st of February. But it will happen later. But what now? Now, people wanted to know their new destiny, of course. And for the coming 12 days, they predicted the future events of their life. It was believed that every subsequent day after the day of the Great Mother represented each month. The first day after the day of Great Mother is January, the second day after the day of Great Mother is February, and so on and so forth until December. They paid a very close attention to every detail they saw, everything they heard, did, or dreamed during these 12 days. These signs would give them the information about what would happen in their future year. You can check it for yourself this year. Do this easy Yule ritual and take notes during 12 days of Yule about the events, words, feelings, and everything that will happen to you during these days. And you'll see how your future year turns out to be. But are there any celebration without presents, you might ask? And I will tell you, of course, no. There are no winter festivities without exchanging gifts. Actually, Yule was the only time when our ancestors actually gave presents, as we do now. But the difference was to whom they gave presents. Yule is the time when the space of our reality does not belong to humans completely. It's the dark times, you remember. The borders that separate our world from others become thin, almost disappearing. For people, this is the chance to establish, improve, and nourish the connection with those forces invisible to the eye of a human, the spirits that protect their families, lives of every member. These forces and spirits call differently in different traditions. Vizir, Banshee, Lares, but all of them are family protectors, bearers of the blessings and longevity. You'd have to be a complete fool not to seek a support of a such protector from the other side on this night and night when the borders of the worlds are gone. So people did. They left the sweet gifts under the tree at night, and on the next day, they would find something for themselves. A sign that their desire, that their family protector, their family spirit had accepted the gift and sent them a little thank you note. Try for a change decorating a tree with something eatable like sweets, cookies, candies, and ask your family or home spirit to come and accept the gift. Maybe the next day a surprise gonna wait for you. And what about Santa Claus, you ask? And I will answer, of course there was a Santa Claus. In a way, modern Santa is the prototype of an old, even ancient, horned god. He was pictured as a half human, half animal, most probably goat, a hairy torso, hooves, horns. He represented everything animalistic, everything nature-like that could be dirty, smelly, and extremely horny. Modern morality does not allow to worship such innocence. So he transformed over time to an acceptable, bearded old guy, although his horns stayed only on his reindeer. These old animalistic gods are more than we know, because most of the information is erased from the surface. But what we do know is that they are inhabitants on the other side, the dark side. And Yule is their time. Most of the time, these dark gods and spirits, they hate humans, and they have their reason for that. But Yule is the only night can have a decent conversation. And these gods, they also do their accounts, deciding if you are a good boy or girl and deserve a present, or you've been a bad boy and you'll pay for your misdeeds. Actually, this faded image of an animalistic Santa Claus spirit stayed in the image of a Yule goat. The true meaning of the symbol of a horned and smelly god survived only in the minds of a few. This hoofed and horned force comes to every home during winter holidays. And if you didn't get the presents this year, you know you've been a bad boy or a girl. I hope you like the story about Yule, and maybe you will take something to your life and put candies on your tree, and maybe next year you will get that support from your family spirit. Or maybe you will do this practice for the 13 days of Yule, and you have a sneak peek into your future events that will happen with you during the year. Yule cannot be put into any religious or non-religious tradition. It will happen anyway. So see you in my next videos, and I hope this was useful. Bye! Don't be a bad boy or a girl, and put a like on this video and subscribe.